There you go. That should fix it. I may get some feedback because I have a separate window open. How's that? One day, you take one day off, right, and everything just goes kaput. That's okay. Trying to get in the habit. No sound. Oh, thank you, Liam. Yeah, it was. I love you too. Uh, Joshua Tree, awesome album. Grew up. That was a time. Cool. That was actually that one is from the Batman soundtrack. So that was like a real shitty movie, but the soundtrack was really great. I don't know how many times often that happens, but that was a good U2 song from there. Thank you guys. Thank you, Kenyatta. Yeah, I know it wasn't LinkedIn Live. It was me. I had my thing on mute. Okay. Um, Reason being is because I had a separate window open. So those who don't know, I got a separate setup in here on my on two. I got three different setups actually. So if any one time I want to like join a myself and have like a multi view sort of deal, I can let me mute my mic. Okay, so I'm awesome. You see what I mean? So that's a separate StreamYard I can open in there. I actually have to, what I do have to do is, excuse me, cut off the audio on my laptop here so it won't reverb back like that because it sucks. I know I wasn't picking up, guys. LinkedIn's been shitty anyway, though. I'm going to tell you why. Hey, Enrique, happy holidays. My man Travis, I got to give him a shout out. Took the day off today, man. Let my man Nick Lozano take the helm. Nick did an awesome job. If you guys did not watch, he hosted the Luke John experience today for Mr. Travis, who was on vacation. So appreciate Nick and for doing that, man. That was pretty awesome. Of course, he left it in really good hands, of course. So one of the things we're going to talk about tonight, and I'm waiting for my friend to come on. He won't be here for till about 8 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Watching from YouTube, LinkedIn is like a turtle, yes. So if you've never noticed, LinkedIn, oh my gosh, the lag that happens on LinkedIn. So not so much when it's like starting off on the video. There's probably like a 10-second lag between real time and what you're actually seeing. So like I'm seeing comments that are like, but people are barely seeing. So sometimes you might be passing a conversation that just blows by past everybody. It kind of sucks a little bit, but you'll notice it big time. Like when you like on a 2 or 3 hour stream, I noticed that I would be finished with the stream and I could actually go on and like watch the last 15 minutes of my own stream because that's how much it lags with time. So it kind of does suck. So thank you, Enrique, for watching on YouTube. Hey, if you're there watching on YouTube, by the way, hit the like and subscribe button. Always trying to build our viewership there on YouTube as well, guys. Hit the notification bell. Same sort of deal. Let you know whenever we do go live, whenever we schedule new lives, or whenever we drop new content on the channel. Actually did a couple of video create tutorials today to put on my LinkedIn, my YouTube channel. I've got to go back and edit a few things, but I'm going to start doing more of that of content to kind of share with people how I do my own creation process, and go through different areas of creation. So people who might want to have their own channel or do their own things will have some sort of material to go back and watch. Because I get asked that question a lot, man. How do you create a whole show from scratch, man? With Bill Bradford, how you doing, man? 11-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, so I did a thing for Kenyatta today in her Facebook group. I went live there. I'm offering people how to figure out how to build a YouTube channel from scratch. It's not the easiest thing to do, so if you want to guys check that out, she's got a link. Great group there on Facebook. We twitching it up. How about about to hop in there? Awesome, yes. So if you're watching on Twitch, Twitch is a great platform, man. Um, if you don't know, Twitch has a um, not only is it great for streaming, but like the the comments when you comment on Twitch are almost like instantaneous, right? I was watching Nick's stream this afternoon or this evening actually when he was doing live with his show, and I was commenting. I could tell my comments were coming faster than those who were commenting on the LinkedIn. So yeah, it kind of sucks, man. Um, but Twitch is a really great platform. Plus, they have these emotes that he has set up on his Twitch stream where they actually go in and float across the screen so you can actually see them. That's pretty cool. What is up, Mr. Schulman? How are you doing? So, well, one of the things we're going to talk about tonight, of course, is our guest of honor. And there's the Facebook group link, guys. If you want to join there, tell them I sent you. So, one of the guests that we're waiting for actually is Mr. Schulman. Yes, he is a legend. He's pretty awesome, man. The Sultan. Yes, we are waiting on the Sultan to come in here. Now, for specific reasons, he will be here at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern. But we're going to wait for him. That's why. Because we want to talk to him tonight because we have so much going on about tonight's show. And one of the cool things, the pauses in the house, man. Adam Posner, guys. We wanted to bring him on here today because this is a continuation of something that started the other night. Nick, who hosted the show tonight, the night for Travis, actually had the Sultan on Wednesday night. And for those who don't know, the Sultan has put it out there. He's trying to find employment. He's been unemployed for a while. And again, he kind of went through his reasons. So I'm gonna share if you want to go watch the video and ask why, you know, we might be able to cover that again tonight as well. But he was kind of going over why he first of all didn't have a job and why he did to that changed his life a lot. And of course, we were talking about kind of like what he was looking to find, right? So and one of the things that he was trying to get into was, which I thought was kind of brave of him to say, is he was trying to change careers, right? Going into a field that maybe he's not that strong in, or not even strong. He's got the skill set. He just doesn't have like the experience to go in there and do these things. And I misworded that a little bit, but I like the fact that he's taking he's taking this chance to do this, and he's actually put it out there. So what we're trying to do is put him out there, let people see him, know who he is, understand what he's about, and show why he's such a cool individual and why he would be a value add to anybody's team, man. And again, that's one of the things why I did a write-up on him today was the fact that he's been sharing it and putting it out on his content on LinkedIn about a lot of things about his journey. And it's not the easiest thing to do for a lot of people, right? You got to be really open and honest and be able to share these things with folks, that, hey, I am looking for, and I got a couple Twitch watchers as well. So my man Enrique is watching, and so is happy birthday, Nick Lozano, by the way. Just found out his birthday today. Appreciate you, man. You guys are incredible. But again, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was why coming on here, is coming on here and bringing him on my platform, and Nick took him on his platform the other night. Again, was to, give him a showcase to kind of talk about what it is that he wants to kind of do with his life. Because again, what we're talking about here, somebody who wants to take a step in finding a purpose-driven life. That's what we do in these worlds. I mean, and that's one of the things that all of us go through at some point in our search. I know Joseph, my friend here, he's watching there on LinkedIn. he was going through a journey himself, and he found himself a wonderful place. I love. Awesome, man. The Christmas emotes, those were funny as well, man. Those are awesome. So happy birthday. And they did a whole breakdown. Oh, KDJ's in the house. So KDJ, interesting, they were breaking down his profile on Luke and Jonathan's show today. Which again, if you didn't watch and watch it all the way through, you missed a Shay Rowbottom drop in her little saying hi to everybody. That was kind of cool. She walked in and just did a Shay bomb and walked out, dropped the mic, and left. So that was cool to see that. But I wanted to I wanted to give him kudos for saying, I want to go, because again, in a time, especially in a time like now of COVID, where a lot of people are unemployed, the world is in a stranglehold. In some places where economically it's very hard to do this. He's wanted to transition into something a little bit different from what he's used to. And again, I give him kudos for doing that. Because again, that's not the easiest choice to say, I'm changing, I'm changing my career fields because I want to find something that's a little bit easier for me. Not easier. I'm leaving something that would have been easier for me to operate in because I already knew what I've done experience in the past before, as opposed to saying I'm stepping into something that's going to be different. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be a change of pace and a different way of having to learn how to go and approach a new career field. So whenever he gets here, I want to be able to talk to him about that. So, but in the meantime, how was your Thanksgiving, guys? Mine was wonderful. I had a great time. I hope everybody took the time to enjoy with their families, especially now, if you had the opportunity to share it with your family because of the whole COVID thing and, everything's getting on heightened alert. So, yes, he's looking for content marketing, account management, sales. There you go. So if you know anybody in those fields, you can connect anybody in those fields. That would be super cool. And at least get him out there so that people might want to say, you know what, I would be interested in having at least getting into the point of interviewing. Because we had another friend of ours, Vanessa Ashworth, who had been looking for a job for a while. She found a job the other day. She posted her video on LinkedIn, got over, I think, like 70,000 views of her popping her champagne after she found a job. Not even a job, a career. Excuse me. I got to change that wording, right? I'm lazy. I think everybody is, my friend. Even me. Like I got to apologize to a few people. I had, I missed a meeting, and then somebody had missed a meeting with me today. So, and I had another meeting that I actually made. So it was kind of so. I planned 3 meetings today. So, yeah, there you go. That's one of the things. Where's tonight's guest? He'll be here in a bit. He's coming. He's going to be here because he's actually coming live to us all the way from the United Arab Emirates, and in the UAE it's a different time zone, so it's like going to be 6 a.m. over there. And that's one of the things where I think Mr. Dunner, you're everywhere, man. Everybody knows Kenneth Dunner, man. I don't know. It's still amazing to me. And everybody just knows his comments and love what he shares, and that's good, man. Right? You know what it is, But like I said, it's a different time zone for him, so it's a little bit difficult for somebody to say, "Hey, get up at 6 o'clock over there in your time and come home on a conversation halfway across the world." So, one of the things that I had been talking about with Nick was the fact that maybe we need to look at a show where we can actually host it a little bit more internationally. I mean, the reason I do this at this time was because of my schedule. Whenever I'm working this other job, but I have plans to. Oh wow! Well, this is unexpected. Let's bring this gentleman in real quick. Now he's not the guest of honor, but I'm still glad to have him on a guest for the evening. It is the birthday boy himself, Nick Lozano. How are you, my friend?
Good. What's going on, my man?
We are good. We are awaiting the arrival of tonight's guest of honor. So what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to do the setup. So what it would actually look like if I had the Sultan. You can be the Sultan. You can be me. I'll be the Sultan. How's that?
Yeah, that works, man.
So, but one of the things that I was talking with everybody about was simply the fact that kind of like what you did, the snap filters, breaking them out. Mr. Shulman, you'll love this.
Yeah.
Brian Shulman, you'll love this. This is one of his favorite things.
I gotta get lower here. It's like, wait, maybe just back more.
Just back up a little bit more. There you go.
Yeah.
Sit back.
There we go.
But, we started this conversation Wednesday evening, right? And kind of opening up a little bit about what he was trying to search for as far as wanting to change career fields and what were some of the things that were probably holding them back a little bit, And I think that as the conversation went on, I think he started to get more of a realization of kind of what we all were just kind of telling him what we think his skill sets were, where he was very strong in, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's where I wanted to bring him on and continue a little bit further in depth of, hey, why do you feel that these are some of the ways that why did you want to concentrate on this sort of jump into this career? Because again, it's going to be a different one from what you're accustomed to. Now, he's been learning the soft skills to put all these things together by doing his social media, by creating posts, by doing all these other things. But it's usually a very big transition from going from one career field to the next. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk to him about. What do you think? What do you think? Would everybody's just everybody? You're so funny, guys. You rock. But what do you think?
Oh, Kenneth, by the way, I got your voice message. I appreciate you, sir.
Have you ever had a conversation with him on the phone?
I have not. That was the first voice message I got from him. I always appreciate his engagement, man. He is probably, like, in my opinion, one of the most authentic people on LinkedIn. And when you see a comment, and like JP touched on this earlier on the live where I just kind of sat there and drank beer. It's like, he touched on, you can always just tell right away that it's him. And he just has that trademark to him.
It is. That's what I was telling everybody. That's the first time. Annie Lieb, what is up, darling? In the house. Thank you so much for watching. But he kind of jumped on the train very early on my journey. I say, like I said, by episode 6 was the first time I ever saw Kenneth Dunner show up in my stream. And here I am. I mean, this is going to be close to almost 175 episodes now. Mm-hmm. So he's been with me along the journey just about all the way along, going and commenting, being a part of everybody's stream. And like me, I love to jump into everybody's streams as well, comment, be a part of those things. And I would walk in somebody's stream unknowingly who this person is sometimes. Right? I would hop into somebody's streams not knowing who they were, just trying to check out their live stream for the first time. Lo and behold, there's freaking Kenneth Dunner Jr. right there commenting. So he's what a comment. There you go. If there's a title to put on him, that's one right there. That's your moniker. That's what you need to change your heading on your LinkedIn profile to. The Morgan Freeman of LinkedIn.
I don't know what this filter is. I don't know.
200.
Oh, that's in my face.
Damn. That's okay.
There you go. Maybe that one's better.
Great crowd. So, But thank you, Annie. You're incredible yourself, sweetheart. But one of the best things about wanting to bring Sultan on is the fact that uh, he gives an appearance of how he reacts with people, but we know him more on a more close personal sort of level. And
and like you said, he hops in on like every live, and as well as I know that starting out streaming's like it's a very lonely thing where a lot of times you're just talking to yourself, and you're highly surprised when somebody shows up who's not somebody and you just like appreciate that engagement, like even if it's to stop in and say hi, and calling your scrum diddlyumptious friend. It's like, I mean, it's those things. I mean, Gabe, like streaming's a lonely world when you start in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
You talk to the camera, but you got to be entertaining the whole time because people pop in and out and you never know when someone's going to pop in. People like him just make it all worth it,
It is. It's especially sometimes when he hangs with the stream for like 30, 45 minutes at a time. Yeah. I mean, to have an engaging conversation and have somebody stay there with you like for an hour or so, that's already a feat in itself, especially with our short attention spans, where we're 10 minutes or 20 minutes into a conversation, I got to hop out of here. There's something else going on, or I get a notification on Facebook, or I get a notification on LinkedIn. I got to go check it out what it is. So for most people to go stay somewhere and be a part of this, I mean, I think he's got like a professional setup with him, like maybe 4 or 5 different places to comment on streams, and just has them pulled up at all times, and he has all his keywords saved in there. So it's like, or either that,
he has a hotkey set. That's what I feel like. He's got hotkey set, man. It's like in Windows, you can set hotkeys for all kinds of stuff.
That's what either that, or he's got a voice recognition that just he picks up and just says the same stuff over, and it just automatically translates, puts it in there, and it sends it on its way. So, and again, first of all, let me tell you something real quick. You did a hell of a job hosting the show tonight for Travis, right? To kind of keep everything going. That was pretty cool that you did that, man.
Yeah, I just sat there pretty much. The whole time I was like, I gotta probably shut my camera off, but I just wasn't going to. I would just. It just reminded me, and Liam's on here. It reminded me of what Joel Lagley and and JP thing when they were talking about video versus text. Yes. And I just felt like Liam just sitting right there, and I'm like, my only regret was that I only brought 1 beer upstairs, but.
Right?
Exactly.
That's the only thing that you should have to worry about. Well, for me, I don't have that problem. I actually have my fridge in my garage right here. I got a second fridge, so I can just go walk up at any time and say, you know what, let me go grab a beer. Screw it.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, and for me, like that whole thing, I hopped in and helped them out because Travis took the week off. So like the stream wasn't about me anyways.
No, of course not.
I'll show up, I'll run it. I'm there and just hanging out. And at the end, they asked me, what are my thoughts? And I just clearly had to say banana, right? I had to fit a banana in there, and I'm just like, I'm just going to make this banana. Yeah.
Right? It's like they're waiting for very deep, poignant thoughts. Like, oh, okay, let's get a quick overview of somebody's final thoughts. And it's like, well, banana. Excuse me. I thought that was a genius line. And it was, to me, it was one of the things that that kind of like what I love.
Oh, and Liam's here commenting. He said, that single live got me labeled as a silent assassin. And Liam was on my live, and he was anything but silent. I think it's just like, when you get those 2 big personalities together, you just kind of sit there.
Yeah.
Like, so my only regret is I only had one beer up here, but...
Well, but...
And Shay popped up, like you said, too.
That's what I said. She dropped the Shay bomb in there. That was cool, right? To see somebody walk in and say, hey, she said hello to everybody, dropped the mic and left, and was kind of cool to see somebody do that, walk in there and do it. But again, everybody's got their own sort of style when they do these things, right? And again, you got to know how to I got to give you again. You got to give kudos to you because you got to know when to pop in, when to pop out, when not to say these sort of things, and also to keep up with the comments, man. People don't realize that sometimes these comments go so fast. You're like, I want to be interactive with everybody and kind of keep everybody in the loop, but sometimes it's very difficult when you're trying to do the whole control thing, kind of keep active in the conversation.
You and I have had conversations about that, and like, if anybody follows me on LinkedIn, they probably know that I try to drive my LinkedIn Live viewers to Twitch. And in my opinion, Twitch is where live streaming happens. And the whole thing with live streaming is if you don't interact with the chat they call it, or we'll call them comments on LinkedIn, right? If you don't interact with them, people aren't going to stay there and watch it, right? They might as well just watch a YouTube video if you're not going to interact with them. So don't give them a YouTube video.
Exactly. If I want to create a YouTube video, I'll go fucking make one where I'm just sharing what it is my thoughts are.
Liam, let's get Liam up here. Liam, you got the link, right? Get up here, man.
It's in the comments. He can pull it up if he would like to.
Liam, get up in here. You said you're not quiet, so let's get you up in here.
Exactly. I mean, so I'm going to put it in there as well so you can get the comments on here to pull up into the stream as well on LinkedIn, since he's watching there and everybody seems to be. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I love the platform. I really do. But I am sour on just.
I'm sour grapes on it. If you want to say it that way. And my live stream earlier is just part of my frustration with it. Like you're using StreamYard today, which is cool. And it works, but for some reason, when I do everything custom from OBS and I have all these custom layouts, it just annoys me so much that people can't interact, and it does this weird, like, its own encoder thing, to the point where people bail and go to Twitch and go to YouTube, which is fine. I mean, I built the emote walls, and I love that you were just throwing all the Bob Rosses in there and all that stuff, man. It's just like and it's so funny because JP and Luke can't see that happening, but I can just see, like these cats and Christmas trees going across the screen.
And it's fun if you go in there and actually do that. So the link is actually in there, Liam. You'll see it in just a sec. Again, this is why it fucking drives me nuts, because I can post something in there and the lag time is so frustrating. If I would have put that link in already in Twitch, he would have already seen it. That's how instantaneous.
Yeah, the Twitch delay, like even straight from OBS to Restream, is like maybe 3 seconds. Maybe because like most of the time when you're doing all those emotes in Twitch, see, there he goes, Enrique, man, do all those emotes in Twitch, man. Like I would miss them sometimes because I was checking the comments on LinkedIn for the guys, and then I come back and it was just gone. But
they go. But again, that's how fast the comments actually go in as far as real time to opposed to what it is. And I was telling everybody this is when I was doing, like, I did a 4-hour live stream last week. When I was done with the live stream, I finished off, signed off, closed everything out. I actually had a time to get up from my desk here, go inside my house. I went and grabbed my phone, turned on my stream to watch on my own LinkedIn, and my video was still going because it was almost like a 10-minute lag from when I started it to where it was at in the point of the broadcast. So I can only imagine comments that were trying to come in or people kind of interacting with that.
And the weird thing is, like, I can use the Restream bot and it will write comments back to YouTube and Twitch. And eventually it's this weird thing because it happened to Travis last week too. After an hour, LinkedIn just like stopped feeding it comments. And I have a case open with their engineering team, and they said they see the issue. They just don't know how long it'll take to get fixed. Well, I mean, like, I understand this is a beta and I'm giving you feedback. So it's like, well, if you don't want me to start driving everybody somewhere else, like, at least respond. Like, I don't need you to fix it instantly, but if you just say, hey, like, we see this issue, we see what's happening. We got it on the product timeline for X, Y, and Z. It's like, fine, cool. Like, just show me you're addressing it.
But that's the difficult part about this thing, man, though. And this is what I tell a lot of people. We work really hard to put these things together. it takes a lot of time and effort for those who don't know in wanting to create something and want to share it with folks, and then it's like pooing on our work, man. It can get very frustrating to go like, freaking A, man. I really wanted to create something so that I would be able to put out a good product, because I wanted to kind of speak about my own sort of creativity to put out there, and it's hard to do, because then you have to fight upstream. And well, guys, we do have a guest in the house. So let me go ahead and just bring this gentleman into the stream. The man of the hour, the Sultan himself.
Oh, here he is.
Yes.
It's Ghost Dad.
It's there he is, guys.
You see my hate that I have?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we can see that, man.
What are y'all doing here?
Well, we're trying to talk about you. In a good way, Sultan. In a good way. Of course.
It's you can sit there and bitch about me. That's not gonna affect me or something like that.
No, man, we were just actually talking about LinkedIn and how much it's been sucking lately. That's all. It's been the whole.
I mean, Sultan knows my lives.
Yep.
How glitchy they get, and everyone winds up bailing and going to YouTube. Because I think that live I did with Brian and him and Enrique and a bunch of people jumped over to YouTube.
Well, and again, what's up, Chilango? So, but again, we want to try to put our best effort forward here, and before we jump into talking to the Sultan about what we want to create, man, that's the whole thing about it. I mean,
wait, I'm just gonna stop you right there. Before anything, everyone watching here who came up for me to support me, whatever, I'm really sorry that I've been delayed. I was expecting to arrive at least 10 minutes earlier. I tried to fiddle with my iPod Touch so I can come on StreamYard, but just like the last time, it wouldn't allow me to access the mic and the camera for some reason.
Apple's just weird with that. It's not you. Like, I have problems with my iPhone if I try to hop on one of those. It's not you.
Yeah, man, it's not you. That's what she said.
Well, speaking of not being quiet, we got
Liam in here now.
We got the silent assassin, as what he worded in his comments. There he is.
Here he is.
Everybody.
You know what's a silent assassin? When someone passes on a gas, that gas is a silent assassin.
Somehow I knew you were gonna say that. I just didn't even know. I was just like.
Yeah. That's what Sultan's gonna say. Hey, Liam, what's up?
What are you doing?
I'm good. Jordan is here. Hi, Jordan.
So Jordan's another good podcaster. If you guys don't watch his live streams, real cool dude. But again, what we wanted to kind of continue on was about your journey, Mr. Sultan. About what what we started the other night, talking about kind of the areas that you wanting to search in as far as a career field. And I think we had kind of narrowed it down to content marketing and sales account managing, somewhere around there. Is that correct?
There you go.
It doesn't work when you have an accent, I mean, I could speak like this as well, but it's not going to work. Anyways.
Well, yeah, of course. That's like me if I were trying to kind of do a accent and sort of Arab accent. I would probably suck terribly at it. I don't know.
Arabs, I can give you a quick how do you say that 101 on Arab accent. So what you need to do, you need to pronounce your P, Papa, as E.
Okay.
And you have to pronounce your T for the as Z. This is So this is will become this is, right?
This
And,
this is
This is
yeah, this is
this is.
and
this is.
exactly. And
That's already
we
more
have
than I can remember, Sultan. We've gone too many levels.
just 3 letters. Your change the T into Z, change your B into P, and change your V
Okay.
into B. So give me this pen.
So Kenneth is pointing out something, saying Liam is silent tonight. So
I mean, it's the Sultan show. I'm not here to steal the Sultan's thunder.
No.
It's not raining or something. So if you have a thunder to steal, go ahead.
Well, one of the what I was wanting to get into, of course, was first of all, why did you want to pick this sort of career to kind of change and transition to field? Because this is not what you were doing before you became unemployed, correct?
That's right.
That's right. Man, you're killing it, brother, with the accents tonight. But so, what was the thing that made you kind of want to do this? I mean, to want to get into content marketing or wanting to get into any kind of marketing field in the first place? I mean, it's not something you say I wanted to start doing today. Was there something that kind of drove you in that direction?
Yeah, it's good that none of us are like entirely white on this chat. I mean,
What does that mean? Sorry, I'm just gonna kick the hornet's nest. Like, what does that mean?
Listen, because what I'm gonna say next might sound like a stereotypical white girl, white boy.
You're
thing.
fine. I'm just giving you a hard time, Sultan. You're fine.
That's right. It's all right. Like you said, you tend to ask. You tend to what do you call that? Rat cage or something.
Kick the hornet's nest, right? Oh, look.
You're already getting salty. Okay.
I'll get to the point. So, what I was doing was reservation sales, restaurant reservation sales, PBX team. So we were handling a lot of requests that are coming in from the guests, attending to them or whatnot. If someone telephone is not working within the hotel, the landline telephone, or they used to have this internal communication device, you'd call it ASCOM. So we would install these, configure this on the computer or whatnot, which is totally different from what I want to transition in, which is content marketing, marketing in general, right? Specifically content marketing. The reason being, one of the ways that my interest sort of, it piqued my interest, and the reason why I wanted to go in it is every single day I would go out to my sales and marketing team. It used to be one big office. Sales, marketing, catering, meeting, events, and PR. And I would spend a couple of time with these guys, talking to them, what are they doing or whatnot. And the most that I would spend by is the digital marketing executive, right? I would see what he's doing, and I would see what kind of things they're producing, and I would see how with these messages, as simple as it could be, a picture, a couple of words, help you decide what step to take when it comes to a hotel or be it any other product. So that fascinates me. It's in connection with human psychology, which is another thing that I'm really curious about. How words, and pictures, and color could entice the person into buying something.
Yeah.
Now, for example,
it is me.
Talking about colors, right? If we look at major fast food outlets, you would either find red or yellow in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly for what reason, but it has to do something
It's
with
supposed to entice hunger, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I don't know what red color exactly do. I don't know what yellow color exactly do, but it has to do something with enticing your hunger, right? So pictures and words, they sort of enticed my hunger, though they're not fast food, but yeah, that's basically it. So I looked for a job, and I wanted to. I call myself a multiple potentialized. I have multiple interests. I'm not just laser focused into one thing. So I wanted to try going in that field to see if it's actually for me, Hopefully do it near, get into an entry-level job. I don't have to look for an executive because experience. You wouldn't want someone as an executive who doesn't have a shit experience who used to do something else. But bringing my people skills, how I use people, what convinces, what does not convince them. Transition that with whatever I could. And within a year, something, if it didn't work out, I would probably jump into it. So that, in a nutshell, was my monologue. Thank you so much for tuning into Saturday Night Live.
There you go. So, Liam, let me ask you, because you do deal with clients and placing them in place. What kind of advice would you give somebody like Sultan who wanted to transition to something that he's, again, it's going to be a new career for him, nothing that he doesn't have a background in and doesn't have, he might have the skill set, but doesn't have the experience that someplace might be looking for?
I mean, I think it depends on his own expectations, right? Mm-hmm. And, what he's trying to get into, but a guy like Sultan, I said to him last night, and I followed up with an email, like, if you get into a conversation with a decision maker that's in marketing that, can see the creativity that he has and see the value that he potentially brings to a team, and if he has the work ethic and the desire to do it, that's all that needs to happen, right? So I think that the challenge that we face here is figuring out how many people in Abu Dhabi we can get to pay attention to Sultan through LinkedIn and get him as many conversations as we possibly can, because those conversations start happening, things will start moving.
Thank you for telling me that I have a great voice.
There you go. Yeah. So there you go.
My dad, who is would tell his son that, hey, he has a great voice. Why doesn't he do things great ever?
Oh. Ooh.
Liam, continue.
He's trying to figure out what you were saying.
So you were saying how many people in their attention to?
What happened?
You cut out for a minute there, Sultan, buddy.
Yeah.
I got feedback. I got kids.
It's all good. That's normally Gabe who has kids in the background.
Yeah, that's. I got 4 of them, so they're around here somewhere.
Holy smokes! I have 2, and I don't know how. So, congrats to you.
Hold on, stop, sweetheart. Okay.
Oh, now it's your turn.
Yeah. Oh wow, it got brighter.
So what were you saying? You were saying something about people in Abu Dhabi.
In Abu Dhabi to have some attention on him. How many people?
Oh. I set my hose.
Stop.
This is live streaming, folks. This is what happens.
This is live streaming on a live stream.
I gotta mute my mic. I got so much chaos going on in the background that you guys cannot see.
Well, it's because you're on camera, so you're instantly the most interesting person in the world. That's how it works.
Exactly right. It's like the moment I turn on and I say, "Oh, I'm going live," it's like it draws some kind of freaking attention light to me. And they all want to come swarming at the same time. If I wasn't doing anything at all, there would be nobody around.
No interest.
No interest at all. They'd be like, "You're the most boring person in the world. There's other things I need to be doing." Right? It's the moment that you stop losing interest. It's like dating a woman sometimes. It's like The moment you lose interest, it's like that's when that light goes off, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, he's the hottest dude in the world."
That's when she says, "It's."
That's what they said.
Yes, it is. So I was trying to get into Mr. Sultan about what you were saying because it kind of cut out a little bit, and then all my chaos broke out. So I'm trying to figure this out.
This is life, you know. It happened.
It is. This is life, and this is what I tell everybody that comes in here and does a live stream and apologizes when they do come on here. Oh my gosh, I had my kid running in the background. Really? Have you ever watched my show? It's like I got. Not only do I have 4 kids, I have 4 dogs, and my dog actually got out the other night while I was on live with you guys.
Yeah, I remember that.
Can we forget that? I'm like, where did Gabe go? Gabe, where are you?
Yeah.
Okay, well, to be fair, you remember Sultan on one of my live streams? He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go, guys. I got to take a dump."
Oh yeah, I did have to go do that too. No,
And then it was like 45 minutes later, he's like, "I'm back, guys."
Well, you know, whenever you have to go, you have to go. There's no, I mean, you can control it if you want, but nature, you're fighting nature, and 9 times out of 10, nature was going to win, and if nature wins, you got yourself a mess on your hands. So at that point, I just say, you know what, I got to go handle business. I'll be back. So, but like last night, the other night, it wasn't like anything like that. I went up to go get a water from my fridge, and the moment I walked over there, my daughter comes grabbing my hand, telling me, "Hey, our dog got out." And I was like, "Really? Right now?" I said, "Doesn't the dog know I got a live stream going on here? You know, couldn't you wait till I got?" Yeah.
Smells it. When you say live, the dog smells something.
So something said, "Let me mess up his night and go ahead and do that." So I had to go find a dog 2 blocks over in the middle of the darkness, and what a pain in the ass it was. So anyway, I'm going off.
That's
topic.
Inside baseball, though.
It is,
But
yeah,
Sultan,
exactly.
I gotta bounce, brother.
He's
Good
got-
to see you. Good to
Yes.
see you, Liam.
Thank you, Nick,
Peace,
for hopping
guys.
on.
Thanks, Gabe. Yep.
Happy birthday, my friend.
I can't hear what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Can like actually bounce?
Yeah, you can bounce.
You can bounce
Yeah,
all you want.
Just kick me off like Adam Posner, right? Isn't that what he does?
Yeah,
On
he
the podcast, he's like,
yeah,
throws
he-
people off.
he just
Oh, see, there he goes.
this is what he does. He just says "see you" and he throws you out like that. Doesn't even give you the chance. Doesn't even give you the chance to say goodbye. Doesn't even say like that. That's the Posner method, man. He just, when he's done with you, he's like, I
I said
no.
his name, and now he's just gonna magically appear in the chat. But I'm gonna
No.
be gone, so you guys will have to.
Yeah, no. What you have to do to call Adam Posner, it's like Beetlejuice. You have to start saying pods 3 times in a row. So you say it once, say it twice, and then by the 3rd time, he shows up and he's like, "Uh-oh, somebody's talking about pods." His ears start burning. I don't know what it does, but it's like a magnetic call to him that he just starts coming on here and starts writing people about it. And again, that's one of the funny things that I love watching whenever he interacts with Jonathan and himself, because they're like on 2 sides of the fences there. One of them, he's like, one of them's like, pods are okay. The other one's like anti-pod. It's the anti-Christ of LinkedIn is to be in a pod. So, I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, Liam, but I'm just saying it's, I don't know. I'm kind of on either side of the fence about it, because I'm not involved with one, but I do kind of see where people can see the advantages in it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think people are entitled to do whatever they want. And if you want to be in a pod, you can be in a pod. If you don't want to be in a pod, you don't have to be in a pod. Like, it is what it is. I think personally, I was in 2 just to see what they were like not like the big ones that were really like, intense. Like, I was in just a group of 10 people that would like help each other out and support each other. And I found myself feeling like it wasn't really a good fit because I didn't feel like I should be obligated to like something if I didn't really want to engage with it, right? And so, but I think there's value. I mean, like, look at us hanging out on Discord, like just shooting the breeze, right? Like, we're building our own little pods somewhat. We're just not requiring anybody to engage, right? We're supporting each other no matter what, which is true networking, and that's like true community, and I think that's great. But I think the challenge is like pods, they're like, you have to engage, you have to engage, you have to engage. And that is where I take issue with it. Like, if I don't want to, I'm not going to, and I shouldn't have to, right? So that's kind of my position on it. I don't know.
Yeah, and again, it's a different take because I've never been in one. That's why I was like, when I first got in the group here, and I was like, whoa, is this like what a pod is like? I don't know. I've never been in one. And they're like, no, this is like way sort of different. And I said, okay, cool. So I was like, I just wanted to see what kind of things go on in these sort of deals, and I'm starting to find out, like, with what we're doing in networking, the people connecting and doing like we're doing tonight, even having Sultan on it, and what Nick did the other night. These are sort of things that we're just kind of doing on our own. Nobody's forcing me. Nobody's asked me to do this. Nobody's forcing me to do this. This is something I want to do to help bring what, and you can see why, guys. Why this guy and why so many people like to comment and connect with him, because again, he's got his own personality and his own style that not a lot of people can copy, and that's what I like about what he does. And again, it says a lot about his character too, about what when you really go watch his content and then you see what he's like in real person. Because some people will create content to put on a platform to be professional, and then I've had a conversation with folks who do this and offline, and it's a different side to them, and it's sometimes it can rub you the wrong way. You're like, why do you act one way on social media and then the other way I get offline and we have a conversation. It's like you're a whole nother person.
Yeah, that's something that Joel said to me when I was like first starting out, sort of getting heavy into LinkedIn, and Joel was one of the first guys that I followed. And he said that like that's one of the things that he noticed is that like there's people that they're not what they seem on the platform, and I think I haven't encountered that personally, but that if that's true, that sucks, right?
It does.
Like, it's supposed to be authentic and genuine here above all else, in my opinion, and that's where I think guys like Paz take offense to the pod piece, because like people are saying they're authentic, but they're not necessarily getting authentic engagement, and that's where I think the argument comes from. I see both sides of it, to be honest, but
I do too, and that's why I kind of see both myself, and I think because again I've had these conversations with folks. That's the strange part. I've had a few of these kind of, and I'm not 8 times out of 10, most people are kind of like what they are who they say they are when you have a connection with them and talk with them. But again, I've had some where it's like they might seem so open and endearing when we're having a conversation on live and then when I've taken the conversation offline, it's like a switch turns on, man. And it's like, you know what? I don't know who you are, really. I really don't care to know who you are. It's like more of, I just wanted to come on here, get an interview, use your platform, and then move on. That sucks dick, man.
Yeah.
Because you want to bring people on. That's the whole thing is, I want to bring people on who people can connect with, right? This is what I push. So when I feel that on the other end, that pisses me off, because again, that's not what I try to promote. There's something that I want to, when I bring somebody on here, I hope that they're that person that you can talk to them off on a phone call if you would like, and you go, wow, he's cool. He's just like the person I saw on the screen when we had the whole conversation. And there it is. What did I tell you? You say it enough times, and
Spot. Boom.
You know that at his house he was sitting on the couch, Netflix and chicken, and then like he started to like twitch a little bit, and wait a minute, there's something happening on the LinkedIn's that is pod related, and here you have them.
There you go. He starts showing up, right? I'm telling you, it's like a magic. It's magic in itself. You've never had it, so you see that.
I love Adam Posner, and I think that he is a salt of the earth individual.
Oh,
like super New York, super like just tell it like it is, like doesn't give a damn what you think about him, which is awesome. But I would not want to be on the flip side of his anger. Like if he had you in his scope, like I would dodge the hell out of that.
oh, like excuse me, what's your name? Shay Moret, or
yeah,
he always.
There are many.
There are many, right?
All right, Sultan. Let's talk. Let's talk. You said you just got LinkedIn Premium for free. Ryan Roslanski hooked you up.
What?
Did you say you got Ryan Roslanski to give you LinkedIn Premium?
So I was scrolling through LinkedIn, right, and I found, hey, try Premium for free.
Yeah.
And I had it for 6 months up until September 20th.
Yeah.
I had it for 6 months. Someone gave it out to me. One of the LinkedIn employees before many of them were fired and everything. Sorry, not fired, laid off. They gave it to me. So every LinkedIn employee, they have. They actually have gift memberships to the people, right? I don't know if it's free or six. I don't know if it differs on the levels or whatever, but someone gave it to me. I'm really thankful for them. But after that, whenever I would see this, hey, try Premium, and I would ask them to pay. Obviously, it's a paid service, right? Yesterday, when it was up and I clicked on it, they're like, try and free. I'm like, boom. Now I have, so I get 15 email messages that I have to use wisely, as Papacito Enrique said, who is on the chat. So it goes in line with what Liam that I have to find companies that I'm looking for, and they're going to find people or company that I can talk to so I can get my in any of these companies. So if these have their premium membership or whatever, or I cannot send them a message, so I'm going to in mail for this purpose. What I can see is who looks at my profile for past 60 days, which is amazing.
That's great. But it's also about how many seeds you're planting, right? So I have Sales Navigator, right, which is like I think the next step of Premium or something. And the reason that I have that, well, there's a couple of reasons, but the primary reason is because I just want to keep in touch with people and follow their content. And but the second is because it gives you the ability to have really robust search functionality. So I looked up in Abu Dhabi, people that are in marketing. There's 1,500 results in my search. 309 of those people have posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. And if I'm you, I'm following all of them. And I'm doing what you do on LinkedIn, which is like, connecting with LinkedIn and this guy.
What are you doing, ma'am?
And I save that search, so anytime I see somebody in that group that
Okay, I think he muted the mic, so now I can hear you properly.
Okay, cool. So I was just saying that in Sales Navigator, I searched for marketing professionals in Abu Dhabi. I got 1,500 results. And then of those 1,500, I got 309 that posted on LinkedIn in the past 30 days. Okay. And so if I'm you, I'm going to follow all those people that post in the last 30 days. I'm going to see if there's an opportunity to engage with them, if there's companies that they work at that they're interested in. And then, you don't necessarily have to rely on InMail either, right? Like you can go to hunter.io and find their email addresses through hunter.io or Austin Belsack's mailscoop.io. And then you can just email them at their company address. So I save that search and I'll just send you leads as I get them.
So here's the thing. I'm not just open to jobs in Abu Dhabi, right? I used to work in Dubai. It's an hour and a half commute, but it's not feasible for someone, especially now during COVID, to be living in Abu Dhabi and then working in Dubai 3 hours back and forth every single day. But I could, if the salary they're paying, if the package they're paying is right, and I would be able to, let's say, rent a studio somewhere in Dubai, accessible by metro or whatnot, I'm open to working in Dubai as well. In fact, I have looked at multiple options in Dubai. I'm expecting to hear back from one within a week or so.
Nice.
But nevertheless, that's the case. And most of the time, what I've looked for and what I've searched, there are more opportunities in Dubai than there would be in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, so if I add Dubai to my search, I get 10,000 more results.
How many profiles?
And instead of 300 that posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days, it's 2,500. So yeah, you're right. I mean, definitely a lot more. It's a bigger market, right?
Yeah, but then to niche it down, one could do it like, for example, like the other day, my love for Tiffany, right?
Yeah.
Tiffany. Like, could add into, like, for example, hey, I want to look at, I want to get into luxury, right? So it could be one group, it could be Tiffany, it could be many other companies that are working in Dubai. Or hey, I want to get into, I don't know, not management consulting, because for that you would need an MBA or whatever, but different industries that we could look at. I want to get into startups, for example, right?
Yeah.
What startups are there in Dubai? I want to see a startup related to fintech. I could be an account executive or something, or somewhere in marketing, bringing out a new product within the city. So one could narrow it down, and it could go down from 2,000 to, I don't know, 500, 600 or 300, 400 people, not more than that.
You said you wanted to be in a startup?
I want to work in a startup.
Okay.
I actually had a conversation with someone on November 11th. So I was attending a virtual event which was done by TikTok, small advertisements or whatever. And I put my title within that whole event environment as in between jobs. So one of the guys from a startup contacted me, and he's like, let's get on a call, looking for a content marketer, whatever. I didn't get something, but at least there is hope.
Well, let me tell you, there's a company that I promote all the time called StreamYard, right? Mm-hmm. And they are hiring a lot of people right now.
Marketing coordinator or whatever.
They're looking for.
I've even applied for remote jobs in New York that are accepting people worldwide. So as they say, the world is my oyster. I'm not entirely limited to options.
Mm-hmm. And most of these jobs are remote. I mean, I don't know. I know that
remote in USA.
Let's see. Or the Americas, remote in North America. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I've spoken to the gentleman who's running the hiring process there. Okay. They're really just looking for the best people. Okay. Okay. So if you have the talents and you can meet the qualifications of what they're looking for, I mean, they will hire people. I mean, they have other people that work in other parts of the world apart from here. And you know, again, um, this is kind of like the alley of what you're talking about, wanting to try to find something in this sort of area with content marketing and what they're trying to look for. Because their product and what they share, I'm using it right now. I would apply for a lot of these myself, except I'm looking for something more on the creative side of wanting to do on the camera and the video production. So I'm looking to get more into the remote production side of what they do. But I mean, if this is something that you want to look for, again, I know the gentleman's name. I can at least get you a conversation with him. I know that much. I mean, if you're open to it.
Yeah,
and
of
again,
course, I'll into it. I mean, what would I lose? I've got nothing to lose. Hey, Darlene.
Hey, Darlene, welcome to the show. Thank you for hopping in. It's okay if you hop in late. You know how we do things here.
I mean, I hopped in late, so Gabriel,
Yeah.
I've got in having a conversation, even if nothing comes out of it. At least I could be connected to the guy. Who knows?
Okay.
Even have an opportunity for him in future. You know, you never know.
Exactly right, and they're open to asking. I mean, even it says it at the bottom of what they're talking about. Create your own position. They're always looking for exceptional talent. It's a growing company. You're talking about startups. They haven't been in business very long. I mean, it could probably fit the profile of maybe what you're looking for, and as far as wanting to get into the game, building skins and working for a company. I mean, I love StreamYard. There's plenty of people that use it on this platform. You see them using it all the time.
Of course.
And again, it is
salt shakers in there, so that's that.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can. It lets you be uniquely talented. You can do creative shit all the time. I mean, we're getting it live. There you go. Right, but again, there's so many opportunities. It's just, I mean, it's really what you want to focus in on and push to that direction. And you got people like Liam who help you out, man. That's what we're here to do. We want to get you in the door. So, I mean, if you want to, I can. His name is Daniel Glickman. I know I've had conversations with him in the past, and I actually had a conversation with him about a position last week. Now, it wasn't like what I was looking for, because I'm like I said, I'm trying to get more into what you see on the screen, the bit more creative side, and doing that sort of thing, and then I'm getting my own side client work as well, doing graphic design and that sort of thing. So it's just
hosting for telethons.
Exactly, just getting again, finding clients who pay me to do whatever they need me to do. I mean, that's the name of the game is getting yourself out there to do that, and that's why I think you won't be unemployed much longer. I think you're going to get close to it, man. And the goal is before the end of the year, we want to have you up and running, man, so we can see you popping champagne like Vanessa did. I want to
maybe water or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Some leads.
There you go, man. Exactly. So, man, we need. There you go. That's what we need.
Amber Bitar. Jonathan Palmer. Is he connected to him or something? Who is this guy, Amber Bitar?
Well, I don't know. We'll find out.
Kerala. Who is that guy? Oh my gosh. WWE is getting her in Middle East. Okay. Not bad. See, here's the thing about marketing in Middle East, Liam. Not all, but there are multiple companies. I'm talking about based on my search. 60% of them would look for someone who can communicate in Arabic. And you can open the jobs right now in Dubai. Search for marketing, put it entry level and associate, and you're gonna find, especially in digital marketing, most of them they look for someone who can speak in Arabic. Obviously, because this whole Middle East and North Africa, majority of the countries are Arabic speaking. Ideally, they would want someone in Arabic who could understand the language, the culture, the nuances, and could communicate properly in that way. I mean, I understand the culture, the nuances. I can communicate with anyone, but not when it comes to writing. That is where my thing lies. But nevertheless, there are some companies who don't look for that. So that's the positive side. I have some options available, like for example, account management. Okay, if marketing, content marketing, or something doesn't work out, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
people are also hiring for community manager for live events.
Mm-hmm.
Not looking for someone to manage the Facebook accounts or whatever, but they want people to be engaging when it comes to, for example, breakout rooms. There are Zoom breakout rooms or something. How engaging could you be as a person? This is something people are looking for as well. So with the pandemic or whatnot, and even moving forward, there would still be a demand for multiple of these positions because people do realize that there's no point in traveling and getting a virtual, trade show booth or something when most of it could be done online. I'm
Online,
not
yeah.
I'm not saying the whole thing would be completely gone. People would still have the itch, for example, to go to Mobile World Conference or you have CES and electronic show, something like that. But yeah, so positions are there. There are multiple things coming up every single day. There's one more thing that Gary Vaynerchuk was recently talking about, and it makes sense. Content strategist. So someone, for example, you, Liam, as a brand, you're posting content and everything. The job of the strategist would be basically to read through the comments, what people are talking about you as a brand on internet. Like basically go through it, give you an idea. Like, okay, it's this kind of content that you're gonna post next each time. Is it gonna resonate well with the people, your audience? Basically, to have a pulse on each and every of them. And given that I used to find why people are coming to the hotel. What is their relationship with the brand? Why are they coming to the city, not just to the hotel? What have where they have stayed in Four Seasons Hotel worldwide or something like that? I can transition that to this thing. Why would people why people are responding well to one thing and why people are not responding well to the other thing. There are people who have multiple skills in different industries. They just need to communicate them well in a different industry. Like I was in a hotel and I'm just showing how it can work well in the content side of something. It's just thought. I'm confident that it could be done. With these events that I have had with you guys, and I had a conversation with Nick and all of you, I'm more confident in my abilities on making this possible. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your advice.
Hey,
And I'm really
hey, and again, like you said, it's cool that you, if you can transition those skills into another career field, man. I mean, I have no doubt um, you'll be successful at whatever you do, man. Um, and
the
again,
point.
go ahead.
So the idea would be to get a conversation with someone and I can rest. Even if they don't have a position, I don't know immediately or something, or maybe something they're thinking about, or maybe they want to be somewhere for 6 or 8 months or 1 year, and then I could have something else. I'm happy.
Hmm. Okay. So we've put it out there, guys. We've let you know what the Sultan is, who he is, and what he can do for you. There's the man himself. Look at that, twirling on the hater. So Sultan, any final thoughts, man, before we get out of here? First of all, I want to thank, of course, I want to thank you, Liam, for hopping on as well. I mean, and not only that, for helping the Sultan as well.
Of course.
You know, doing these sort of things for other people, and doing it out of the kindness of your heart for wanting to do things. I mean,
That's what life's about, man.
it is, and that's why I tell we're here to lift each other up. That's exactly what I push to do. So, any closing thoughts, Sultan, before we get out of here, man?
Would be that we know this year has been, I mean, the year has not ended yet. We know it has been challenging for a lot of us, right? Thank you so much, Joanne. I'm going to connect with you and we're going to have a conversation and everything. But coming back to the point, this year has been really, really, really challenging for a lot of us. Some of us has lost our families. Some of us has lost more than one family. People have lost their job. People have lost their livelihood, their home, their cars, or whatever. And it gets really challenging. So, and I know how job search could be demotivating as well. You're applying for jobs, hundreds of them, and you're getting rejections and rejections. You're not getting any hope or something like that. To these people, I would tell them, please take some time to rest. Not having a job and searching for a job is more than a job itself. On a normal job, you'll be spending anywhere between 40 to 48 hours a week, 50 hours a week. Searching for a job, it goes up to 110 hours a week, and it's crazy. You're not sleeping on time, you're not waking up on time, you're not eating properly, and your whole system just completely messes up. So check in with yourself, be kind to yourself, check in with other people as well. Even if someone appears outly that they have their shit together, they need to be checked in with more. You can see someone posting content or something, appear to be happy on live or whatever. We don't know what's going on in their mind. We don't know what kind of things they're going through, right?
Totally.
So my closing thoughts would be kind to yourself, be there for yourself, and when you could do that, check in with other people as well. Please. That's all what I would, my closing remarks would be. Not only for now, for the entire year and for the months to come. It's going to be challenging, but can no point in division, right? In dividing people or something like that. We are all the same. I mean, Gabriel, I know you're of a different ethnicity or something like that. Liam, you're of a different ethnicity, whatever. Right? So there's no point if someone, loves color red and if someone loves color blue. We have to be divided more than ever than we should be now. So check in with yourself, be kind, rest, check in with other people, and stay united.
Man, good message. And yes, love that, man. So thank you so much, Sultan, for coming on, man. Thank you, Liam, as well. I need to have Liam on just to a solo show. I want to. There's so many interesting things I found about him about this weekend, and I got to see his. I mean, this week I got to see his smoke pit. I mean, there's that I would love to dig just deeper into the person is. So, thank you, Kate.
I'll be happy to jam whenever.
Awesome, and thank everybody, of course, who's been part of this one. Howard, thank you so much for hopping in. Enrique, of course. And everybody, I mean, there's so many, Adam Posner, everybody who stopped in, Nick for hopping on, even though it was his birthday and he has birthday dinner going on, taking the time and then just being a part of this community, man. It's one of the most, one of the best things about it. And then I keep telling myself, if this is anything any kind of what a pod resembles, and I like this pod. I'll call it what it is. I don't care if that's what it is.
But the difference. I was thinking about this before we go. My parting thought is the difference is there are pods that are based. The foundation is the content and like the scratch, you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of thing. And then there's like groups of people that the foundation is their personality and how they interact and how they relate to one another. And then the support comes after that. And
yes.
That I have no problem with whatsoever, right? That is because that is genuine support. That is genuine community. And that's what I think this platform has a ton of. So there's no need for anything else.
Exactly. And again, I said, if this is anything what it's like, then you know what? I've never experienced anything like this before. I've never met a group of interesting individuals who are so open and caring and do so much for each other. And it's a wonderful thing that we, even though we don't see each other, we communicate though all the time, and we just there to help each other whenever we need it. So thank you guys, everybody who's been a part of this one. You guys are the lifeblood of what we do on this show. And I appreciate you for coming in on a Friday night after holiday. Please reach out to the Sultan. You can connect with him on LinkedIn, guys. Of course, our favorite platform. Connect with Liam as well. There's his word. It's Liam on LinkedIn. Give him a shout out as well. Let him know, man, if you need help. Man, he's the man. So thank you guys. Of course, everybody who's been a part of this one. We will be back Monday evening, 7:30 Central Standard Time. You guys have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Take care,
Stay
y'all.
blessed. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Well,